Welcome to Whole and Healthy Cooking with Chef Val. Hi, I'm Chef Valerie Wilson. I've been teaching healthy, whole foods cooking classes since 1997. I'm the author of 6 cookbooks. I teach cooking classes on a regular basis. I offer lifestyle counseling, and you can find out about all I have to offer on my website, macroval.com. It's holiday cooking time, one of my favorite times of the year because I love cooking for the holidays. And what makes the food so delicious during the holiday season? The spices that you put with it. So today I want to talk to you about basil, sage, and thyme. 3 spices that I use in my holiday cooking. They have tremendous health benefits, but they're also very flavorful. Did you realize that everything we need to heal our body can be found in plants? Now, sometimes when we're cooking, the recipe calls for thyme and we put it in the recipe and we think, oh, that tastes good. And we may not even realize the tremendous health benefits that we're getting from putting the thyme in the recipe. So let me just go through some of the health benefits for you. They're pretty extensive, the health benefits. I'm going to see if you guys can see in the camera. This one is basil. Basil has antioxidants, has anti-inflammatory properties, antibacterial properties, antimicrobial properties, and antiviral properties. That in itself is huge, but also basil contains vitamin C, iron, calcium, manganese, magnesium, potassium, folate. Also, basil can be used as a headache remedy. It helps calm your nerves, helps aid in digestion. And it also has vitamin K, which is good for blood clotting. Now, my favorite thing about basil is it's a natural mosquito repellent. That's right. If you want the mosquitoes to stay away from you, you need to smell like basil. Now, in the summertime, when I use more fresh basil in my cooking and I teach my cooking classes, I always teach my students about the mosquito repellent ability of basil. And if you get yourself some basil oil, and every time you go out in the woods, you put a little bit of basil oil on you, number one, you smell really good. You also don't have to use those toxic chemical sprays, which you should stay away from at all costs, but the mosquitoes stay away from you too. Basil is my all-time favorite spice. So I use it in a lot of my recipes. I love the smell of it. It actually has like a sweet, aromatic smell. And when you put basil in your recipes, it has an underlying like mellow sweetness, and it always brings out the flavor. It always reminds me of like a pesto or something like that. Basil is my all-time favorite. Now, moving on, let's talk about the signature flavor and spice of the holiday cooking, which is sage. So this one here is sage. Sage has natural decongestant properties. It is astringent in nature. It has been used to treat colds, flus, and fever because of its antiviral properties, antibacterial properties, and anti-inflammatory properties. So both basil and sage have those properties. Basil can help boost your immune system so that you can fight off diseases, help strengthen your bones, because it also contains vitamin K. Sage has been studied to shown that it can help people with blood sugar issues because it contains a certain extract that mimics what some diabetic medicine, such as metformin, does in the body. Sage helps to regulate and inhibit the release of stored glucose that might be in your liver. Sage also has antispasmodic properties, which can help against asthma attacks. So whenever you eat stuffing and you have that wonderful flavor, that's sage. Sage is the signature flavor of stuffing. Now, sage has more of a stringent flavor, more of like a pungent spiciness to it. I love the smell of sage also. Sage and basil complement each other, although when you're making a stuffing, you should have definitely more sage in your stuffing. All right, moving on. Do we have time for some thyme? Yes, thyme. Thyme and basil are one of my favorite combinations. I use thyme and basil together a lot. So here is what thyme looks like. Now, thyme is in the mint family, and it's related to oregano. It has powerful antiseptic properties. Also contains antibacterial properties, antifungal properties, antiviral properties, and it is a natural antioxidant. So it looks like all three of our spices are very healthy and wonderful for you and contain similar properties, although each one is slightly different. Thyme can help relieve lung congestion and can treat things such as whooping cough. Now, thyme has this wonderful fragrance. Whenever I eat something and it has thyme in it, I can usually identify the thyme really quickly. Thyme is used a lot in Italian cooking. And like I said, thyme and basil complement each other very much. I use thyme a lot in some of my lentil loaves, my millet tempeh loaves, things like that. It has a wonderful flavor. I use all of these spices in a lot of my holiday recipes. And I have my year-round healthy holiday dishes cookbook. Now this has some of my best recipes in it, such as the millet tempeh loaf that I just mentioned. So thank you so much for tuning in and learning about basil, sage, and thyme. I hope you have fun when you're cooking for your holiday season, because what's the point of cooking unless it's fun, right? So if you get a chance, please like and share the video. And if you haven't yet already, please subscribe. And for more cooking videos to learn recipes, please sign up for my private Patreon group, Whole and Healthy Cooking. Remember, your journey to eating healthy begins with one small step. Let's take that small step together.